Hey, good morning, good morning, good morning. Hey, what's happening, everybody? It is Wednesday morning, which means it is time for our moment of impact. It is your boy, Coach RJ, checking in with you all the way in sunny Orlando, Florida. Man, I am pumped up about today because it's another day that we have been blessed to see. And certainly we have no reason to fret, no reason to trip, no reason to be mad about anything. You know why? Because it's another day. And like I say all the time, anytime you can wake up and there's not a white chalk outline around your body, it's a good day to be alive. Hey, what's up, Reverend Flowers? Good to see you, man. Man, I'm so excited about today. And it is Wednesday, which at 8 o'clock Central Time, every Wednesday, about 15 minutes, we try to bring you a moment of impact. And our whole goal is to educate, to encourage, and to empower people to pursue their purpose with passion. And that comes in obviously a ton of different sectors of life. Man, I'm excited. The only thing I ask is that if the message and what we share today is encouraging to you, educates you, or empowers you, that you hit the like, the share button, and perhaps even comment. Certainly love to know what you guys are thinking. But again, man, just excited about being here today and being able to come into your home, into your workspace, into your car, whatever platform you're utilizing to watch this message. I want to say one thing also, that if you catch this on the replay, just hashtag a replay. That way I'll know who is catching on replay. What's up, Gwen? Listen, man, I'm so fired up about this morning. So I was thinking, my family and I, we moved to Orlando August the 1st. So we've been here roughly about 3 months or so. And one of the things that we did, we got here, we're trying to get settled in, trying to get acclimated to the people around us, the places, kind of the speed of things. And it was all good. So one day we decided we're going to go to the mall. And obviously, you got kids and all that. At some point, you're going to have to wind up going to the mall to get a few things. So we go to the mall. And, hey, what's up, Sonya? So we go to the mall. And, we're walking around and we're trying to find a couple different stores. Well, we're new, so we don't really know where the stores are located. Hey, I'm doing good. Excited. Hey, Kaori, all the way from Japan. And so we don't know where the stores are located. It's not like a Park Plaza or, the mall out in West Little Rock or perhaps McCain Mall. Places, they're located in different places. So we're walking around, we're like, okay, man, we're trying to find this store, trying to find that store. So finally I was like, hey, look, you know what? Let's go to one of these, I guess I kind of call it like a kiosk type thing. You go up to, and it gives you the directions. And so we're looking, okay, we say, okay, this store is on J7, this store is here. But more importantly, we had to identify where we were. And so we looked at the map, and when you look at those things, there's always like a red dot or a black dot or some kind of dot. And it says these words, you are here. Now, if you've ever done that, this will make sense. You'll see, it just simply says these words like you are here. And what the dot is identifying is it is identifying your current location. And the reason why that is important is because you can't get to wherever you're trying to go if you don't know where you are. Right? I mean, that's literally what they're trying to say to you. And so they provide this assistance by identifying where you are. And that was really powerful because once we knew where we were, then we knew, okay, we need to go downstairs to get to Belk. We need to go upstairs and around the corner to get to Dillard's. We need to go back that way, to get to, Five Below or whatever the store is that we're trying to get to. And the more and more I thought about it, hey, what's up, Zach? The more and more I thought about it, the more those three words, arrested my attention, and that dot arrested my attention. Because that dot spoke to me because it was exactly what you and I need to do in order to make progress in life. And that is simply, we got to identify where we are. And this may not blow your socks off, but hang in there with me because I believe it will help you today if you just listen in. In other words, the dot at the mall gave me a clear indication of where I was in the mall in relation to where I was trying to go. There are moments in your life where you have to stop and say, Roosevelt, you are here. In other words, there has to be a dot moment in your life. And most people, most scholars, most motivational speakers, most people who even address something of this nature, they simply call it, you have to have a moment of self-assessment. And I was listening to somebody the other day, and they were talking about how, the reason why people can't make progress, is because, their inability to self-assess. But I disagree. I don't think your self-assessment has anything to do with your inability to do it. I lean to the side that says people don't self-assess because of their unwillingness to self-assess. And see, here's the thing. Most people aren't willing to self-assess because they are afraid of what they will uncover. Yeah, because see, sometimes we have this idea of ourselves, and we have this picture of what we're presenting to the world, when the reality is that if we self-assess, then we will uncover some things about ourselves that are not what we're presenting to the world. And here's what I want to make sure you understand this morning. It's your unwillingness to look yourself in the mirror and assess where you are in relation to where you want to be that's preventing you from making progress. Hey, what's up, Stanley? I'm going to say it again. Here it is. It's your unwillingness to look yourself in the mirror and assess where you are in relation to where you want to be that's preventing you from making progress. See, we could have kept going around the mall, and we would have gone around the mall. We'd spent all this time in the mall, and we probably would have stumbled upon these stores. That's fine. We probably would have stumbled upon where we're trying to go. But why not pull up and assess, use what they've given us to assess where we are, and then we can make strides to where we want to go. And that's the thing I want to make sure you guys are understanding this morning, is that your progress is, you're stalled in your progress, whether it's your marriage, whether it's your health, whether it's relationships, whether it's business, or whether it's education, whatever it is, because of your unwillingness to assess where you are currently. And here are 3 factors that are involved in self-assessment. Number 1, when I start down this journey of self-assessment, the first factor that's involved is honesty. Why is that important? Because the only way you'll get to where you're going is if you're honest about where you are. That's not deep, but I want you to hear this. Hey, David, the only way you'll get to where you are desiring to be is if you're honest about where you are right now. See, the problem with many of us is that we're unwilling to be honest about where we are. We want to be these showstoppers. We want to be big in this industry. We want to be big over here. We want to be, oh man, I'm this great husband, this great wife, want to be this great business person. We want to, yeah, but you first got to honestly assess where you are right now. You have to honestly admit, you have to honestly say, you know what, I have to make sure that I'm honest about where I am right now. See, what you're struggling with and what you're willing to go through. You have to be honest about what you're struggling with. Here's the reality. All of us have areas that we're struggling with. All of us have areas that we're struggling with. And it is the fool that looks himself or herself in the mirror and says that I have no struggles. You have to be honest about what you're struggling with, but you also have to be honest about what you're willing to go through. I said this about a month or so ago, that many of us, we're talking about we want to get to higher heights and all these things, but we're not honest about what we're willing to go through to get there. So when it comes to self-assessment, number 1, it requires honesty. But here's something that really grabbed my attention. That once you're honest about where you are, the first factor is honesty. The second factor is humility. It's one of me personally, if I can just be transparent for just for a moment. One of the biggest issues that I have struggled with I'm 45. I pretty much struggle with it all my life. Some days I'm better. I'm overcoming it. Some days I'm worse at it. But the thing that I have had to struggle with, and the thing that I've struggled with pretty much all my life, is pride. Not being proud of my accomplishments, or being proud of my kids, or proud of this, but just pride. And as a result of me wrestling with pride, or me falling to pride, it has prevented me from progressing at the rate that I should be. See, when you're self-assessing, yes, honesty, but humility will come into play. Because here's the thing. You have to be humble enough to admit that I ain't there yet. You have to be humble enough to admit that I'm not there yet. And here's the thing. It's humbling to know that you've made strides. And I've made a lot of strides in my life as it pertains to pride. And I'm seeing people on here, and they'll people catch the replay. And I'm hoping that you will replay it yourself over and over again and listen to it again. Because here's the thing. You have to be humble enough to admit that you're not there yet. Listen, I've been in sales and sales management almost 25 years. I've coached, I've trained, I've developed a lot of reps, helped people make a lot of money. I've made a lot of money myself in this lifetime. But I've also had instances where I kind of was, hey, what's up, Tony? I was too big for my britches, and I got humbled. Watch this, because let me tell you something about humility, and I want to say this quickly. Either you will voluntarily operate with humility, or life has a way of making you humble. And when you're self-assessing, when you're honest, and you understand that, man, I've got to be humble enough to know that I'm not there yet. Here's what happens. When you're humble enough to admit that you're not there yet, what happens is there is something psychological that goes on that says to yourself, okay, I'm honest about it. I'm humble enough to know that I'm not there yet. But then there's something that changes that says, I recognize there's so much more I could do. So when it comes to this, your willingness to self-assess, honesty, you've got humility, and the final piece to the puzzle, and I love this, there has to be this, you have to be hungry. So you have to have honesty, you have to have humility, but then finally, on this road of self-assessment, you have to be hungry. And I personally, I think being hungry is the game changer. Yeah. And I'm going to talk on another live, the difference between being hungry and being thirsty. I don't want to deal with that today, but there is a distinct difference between being hungry and being thirsty. But being hungry is the game changer. Why is this the game changer? Because many of us, when we self-assess, we're honest. We're like, okay, you know what? I've got some faults and I've got some failures. And I'm humble enough to acknowledge, okay, I need to seek out guidance. I need to seek some help. And that's what happened when we were in the store, in the mall. We were honest, like, man, we're lost. So we were humble enough to seek guidance. What was the guidance? We looked on the little directory. We recognized we're here. And then here's the thing. You have to be hungry. Why is this the game changer? Because being hungry says, I'm willing to do whatever it takes to get to where I'm trying to go. Now, here's the caveat. I'm not so hungry that I'm going to run over people to get to my destiny. I'm not so hungry that I'm going to step on others, that I'm going to use other people to get to where I'm trying to go. No. It's not that kind of hunger. This kind of hunger says, I've got a fire, I've got a passion, I've got an insatiable desire to get to my destiny, that I'm not willing to settle in a space or a place of complacency. I've got a destiny that's got my name on it. So for me, I spend an hour reading every day. And it might not seem like much to you guys, but you know, I love to read, so I break it up in 15-minute segments, and I read 15 minutes of this, something motivational, something about my marriage, something about me as a man of God, all those different things, because I'm hungry. Here's my question to you, and I want to leave this with you because my time is up. What's up, Pastor Grade? How hungry are you when it comes to your destiny and making progress? Are you going to keep doing the same thing over and over again, like they say, and expecting different results? It's not even worth it. And this morning, my hope is that when you leave this live, whether you're watching it live or whether you're watching the replay, that you will willingly self-assess your life. And remember, it requires honesty. It requires humility. And then you've got to be hungry. Those are the three things that I've kept with me on my iPad, on my iPhone. I've got it posted up. So I've got to be honest about where I am. Humble enough to know that, you know what? I'm not there yet, and I do need help. There's the humility part. I do need help. I need guidance. I need other people to speak into my life. And finally, I've got to be hungry for it. I've got to have an insatiable desire to accomplish my goals. Listen, my time is up. I appreciate you guys for chiming in. Once again, if you find some education, some encouragement, I love that, Pastor Grayson. Still hungry, but my appetite's not. That's a good one, man. We gonna talk about that because as you're moving through life and moving from one place to another, your appetite will change. The thing that filled you up in the past is not the same thing that you're looking to satisfy you in the present and in the future. That's a whole nother topic. That'd be a whole nother live. But listen, remember, if you got some education, encouragement, or empowerment out of the message, man, like it, share it, tell a friend. Don't forget, every Wednesday from 8 to about 8:15, we do what I call a moment of impact, where we're doing everything in our power to help people pursue their purpose with passion. Hey, man, love you guys. Have an amazing day today. Take care. Peace out.